Hi friends, it's Nancy and it's Sunday, so that means self-care Sunday. I've got a project to work on today, and I want to also extend an extra special welcome to some new subscribers: Christine Huxtable, Suzanne Johnson, and Barbara James. They've recently joined our happy little group. If you are a new subscriber and I haven't mentioned your name, it could be that your subscriptions are hidden from me, so I can only see the ones that are public. All right. This is our fourth Self-Care Sunday of 2024, and the fourth in a series of 8 where we get really intentional about engaging in self-care and level up with the end goal of making self-care more of a routine event in our day-to-day lives. But let's get started on a project. So I have been working recently on a lot of ephemera for my Tall Skinny journal using French blue from Prima. I'm going to ink this edge first. I don't want to use blue, or sorry, brown, so I'm going to use Hickory Smoke. It's going to be pretty you're not going I want to say it's going to be pretty invisible but it's not. Sorry, but it's not. Just get that piece done. So the way I understand it is Tall Skinny journals are the same size as letter size paper, 8.5 by 11 folded in half. So this is about 4.25 by 11. Sorry, tuned out there for a sec. Math always has that effect on me. This is one of the cut-aparts from the kit. Okay, there's that bit done. So I have this piece of bridal lace that I am going to fussy cut. So I did some experimenting to see what kind of adhesive I should use for this one. I'll show you my two trials, and you can decide for yourself which you think was a better choice. A lot of this is going to be covered up, so I'm not going to get too excited about how close I get. Going to be a couple of layers here because we like a layered cover. Not layers of lace, but layers of paper and textiles and stuff like that there. I'm also going to do some sewing. I decided I was going to go with a dark gray well, maybe not dark gray, a medium gray. So my machine is already set up with that. Now, I've been telling you about this show that I've been binge watching, the One Born Every Minute show. So it's said on Prime that they had 8 seasons. They don't. They have 2. The other 8 seasons, it says it's not available. It gives you the links and, you know, the description of the episodes and everything, but it's not available. So Doug found it yesterday on Tubi, Tubi. So that's a free streaming service, which means there's commercials, but it's not too bad. They're not great big long commercials like some YouTube commercials are getting kind of ridiculous, though. Some of them are 3 minutes long. And if you got your hands full and you can't grab the remote to click on skip, then you're stuck. Okay. Now, where's my example? Oh, there it is. I tried 2 different adhesives. I mean, I could just use fabric glue, but so this one was Mod Podge, and this one was Liquitex. This is a gloss gel. It's pretty thick, and it's also pretty shiny. So that's what I end up going with. So I'm just going to have to take my time. Just press the lace into it. Let's check and see if there's any loose bits. So, how did you make out last week with the challenges or the prompts? Last week, of course, we're still doing 3 levels of self-care challenges. One is 5 or 10 minutes. One takes a little bit longer, you know, maybe an hour or part of a day. And the third is involves a lot of thinking and possibly quite a bit longer. Involves a full life audit, and we discussed last week was about learning and personal growth. Okay. That'll sign up. I won't throw this out. I'll give it a little trim and throw it in my little dish of lace bits. Which I am enjoying. Ta-da! Okay. Now, I'm going to put this on top. I wanted to put a ruler to make sure I get it straight. And a slurp of coffee. I'm using fabric glue because I'm gluing it to lace, but I'm also going to stitch this bit down. Okay, I will take a little break to do the sewing. Stitching's done. I'm just going to tie off the knots. I'm not too concerned about what this edge or this side looks like because I'm going to be covering it with fabric. I am going to flatten out the stitches so it fills in some of the holes on the front, and tape down some ends so there's no risk of the thread being pulled out at the front. So there we are. Now, before I glue this little lady on, and remember this was cut from a 1870 magazine. Crazy. That I watercolored a bit, just filled in some details. I'm going to do the fabric on the inside first, and let me just grab that so you know what I'm talking about. So here's the fabric I'm going to use. I have put a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch It's an iron-on adhesive, so I'll peel away the paper and then use a hot iron to press this to the paper, and then I will stitch all around. This has got some pretty little jewels in it. I'm hoping those will stick okay. I'm going to fold this in half, so I cut it 1/4 inch all the way around. And I want to put some pockets in. Oh man, I gotta look for my pockets. So these are pockets that I made the other day using bits and pieces of lace. This is antique lace, and dryer sheets. Used dryer sheets. So I know that I don't want it right against the edge. I want it at least a 1/2 inch in so that it doesn't get stuck in my stitching. So I'm just using a little bit of Fabri-Tac here. Not too much, because of course I'm going to sew. Yep. I'm gonna sew. Alright, now in fairness I did switch out the top thread so that it wouldn't be super visible. Okay, now I'm going to peel off the adhesive, and of course there being stitching here is going to be a bit of a challenge, but there was really no other way I could think to do it without having exposed stitches where I don't want them. Okay, so once I have all this paper off, I'm going to go and press this with a hot iron, and we'll come back and talk about the next step. All right, that's done. I'm going to switch back to a gray thread, turn this over, and stitch around the perimeter. All right, so I did shorten up my stitch to a 3.0. Usually I do like a 4.5 when I'm stitching paper to paper, but for the edge I used a 3.0. I want to trim off the edge. Oh, there it is, looking right at it. If you use a rotary trimmer, make sure you got a good sharp blade in there, because it should cut like butter. I like the look of the bridal lace against this pattern. Get out of there, you. Okay. Now, where's my lady? Honestly. Okay. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Maybe I should put down a piece of paper just in case. Oh, can't reach it. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of inking, because this old paper is a little creamy, where I'm trying to keep it a little cooler. So maybe adding a little bit of gray ink will sort of help it to bleed into the cooler shades. Oh, took off the end of her fan. It's clinging to my finger. Nope. Whoops. There, I saved it. Okay, the next thing I want to do, I have another, well, we should talk about what our prompts are for this week. So let me start with A level. So from the little book of mindfulness, this is page 72, 73. The 20th century Viennese writer Peter Altenberg tells the following story about the joy and deep satisfaction of drinking tea. 6 o'clock in the evening is approaching. I can sense it drawing near. Not quite as intensely as children feel Christmas Eve, but creeping up all the same. At 6 o'clock on the dot, I drink tea, a celebratory enjoyment devoid of disappointment in this ailing existence. Sometimes that makes you realize that you have the power of calming happiness in your hands. Even the action of pouring fresh water into my beautiful, wide, half-liter nickel kettle gives me pleasure. I wait patiently for it to boil, listening out for the whistling sound, the singing of the water. I have a huge, deep, round mug made of red brick colored Wedgwood. The tea from Cafe Central smells like meadows in the countryside. The tea has a golden yellow hue, like fresh hay. It never gets too brown but remains light and delicate. I drink it mindfully and very slowly. The tea has a stimulating effect on my nervous system. Everything in life seems to be more bearable and lighter thereafter. Drinking my tea at 6 o'clock never seems to lose its power over me. Every day I long for it as intensively as the day before, and when I drink it, I lovingly embrace. When I drink it, I lovingly embrace it into my being. I just really enjoyed reading that. It's too bad I've got the wrong glasses on. So it talks about make tea a ritual. That's something I can get behind. I'm kind of a fan, and I do have special cups that I like to drink my tea in. So next time I'm going to do it a little more mindfully. Okay, I had a piece of lace somewhere. What in the world did I do with it? Hang on. Okay. So I've got, and it's a different piece of bridal lace this time. And I just want to cut this little sprig out. So part B. Maybe this is something you've already done as part of your new year. Grab everything out of your closet and purge. This is something I do need to do. I have a lot of stuff that I just hang on to because it's comfortable. I mean, it looks like the dog's breakfast. You know, comfortable cotton things that are all pilly and, you know, grubby. And they're so nice to put on when you're doing a little work outside or relaxing. They need to go. I noticed after COVID, I had to get rid of a lot of things because nothing fit. So I got the COVID 20, let me tell you. So it was all the comfortable things that I kept. Nothing tight fitting, that's for sure. Okay, what I want to do with this is glue that right there in the corner. I could use Fabri-Tac, but I'm not. I'm going to use this art glitter glue so it doesn't gloop out and make it shiny. Before I put glue on, I better figure out what's the right side and what's the wrong side. Yeah, it might be hard to get Fabri-Tac on something this small and flimsy. Oh! Yep, I did it. Okay, now, this part that I tore off here had flowers in it, so I fussy cut out a little rose, and then I put some resin on it, so it's almost like glass. So I want to glue this here, but now that it's like glass, it does not bend. So I've just put a little piece of lace there to shim it up a bit. Sure, that'll be good. I'm wondering if I want another fussy cut bit there. What about that bit? Yeah, let's go through your closet. If you don't wear it, can't wear it, needs special treatment or mending, I mean, who's going to do that? Yeah, let's just face it. It's not going to happen. Get rid of it. If it doesn't look good on you anymore, or if it never did look good on you, get it out of your closet. And then hang up everything neatly, you know, put your trousers together and your blouses together, and yeah, you'll feel very satisfied when that's over. I must remember to do that, and that way I can pack for my trip mostly at the same time, because I mean, I don't need any of my summer clothes right now here, but I will need them when I'm in Savannah. I think that's actually the way it's supposed to go. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Let me see how it looks. Sure, why not? I'm going to cut this little leaf off here so it doesn't prevent me from pushing that up against the 90 degrees. Well, that looks cute. I'll hold this for a second. So level C, this is where you're going to do some analysis and deep thinking. This area of your life is about friendships. So what's going well? What are you liking and enjoying? What do you want to make sure continues? And then what's not going well? What do you wish was different? So get very specific. If it's, you know, you feel like you haven't been in touch with your friend or friends for a while, you know, schedule a time for a coffee date or a phone call. Or maybe you've got some toxic folks that you've been avoiding, and you just need to make a clean break. It's possible. So, and maybe that's something you're willing to do, and maybe that's something you're not willing to do, but that's not the point. The point is to have a deeper understanding of exactly what's going on in that area of your life. So if you can imagine changes and would like to take any of the positive or negative factors to an even more positive direction, identify how you're going to do that. Anyway, I feel pretty good about this cover. And that's what it looks like on the inside. And that's the back with the lace draping over. So it's a short video this Sunday. I don't want to start another project because that would just be way too involved. So we'll stop for now. I want you to take care of yourself, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.